Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
To me, the most important thing about being in the human race isn't winning. It's participating, living life to the fullest. Emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
Good morning, and thank you for visiting us today. I'm Tisha McCrae with the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth and the Walton Youth Project, and we'd like to talk to you one more time about our upcoming lip sync battle. It's going to be at Carver Middle. Last time we were looking for contestants, but now we are looking for an audience and for y'all to vote for your favorite contestants. It's February 10th at 6 p.m. and we have some really good performers from throughout the county. We've got Sandy Quinn doing comedy, Futon doing live music, Patrick Quinn is going to lip sync from the Sheriff's Department. We have CrossFit Compound Strength, who's currently our vote leader, doing a lip sync. The Bridge of Georgia has a team coming out. The Ladies Circle of Perfection is coming out. We just have a lot of groups and individuals who are going to perform for you, and they're all raising money for different charities. So right now, as I said, CrossFit is in the lead, and they are raising money for the new Humane Society in Walton County. Patrice Broughton is our host, and she's raising money for the Walton YMCA. So just a really good time. We have some vendors that are coming out from Coffee Camper, Gone Green Farms, a few others. Carver Middle is going to do a concession stand, and their money is going to be raised for their chorus. So really, it's just a great opportunity to get out, have some fun. Tickets are only $15, and you can support your community, Carver, and also all those different charities that I mentioned. For more information, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is Walton Youth Project, or Facebook or Instagram, all the same name, Walton Youth Project, or you can give me or Dina a call at 770-207-3174. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're staying super busy here at the Recycling Center. We're staying packed out with cars every day. We're busier than we've ever been. We have gotten a few complaints about how long some of the waits are on Saturday, and right now the best advice I have is if there's any way you can get here Monday through Friday, that would be the time to come. We're getting to where we're up near 200 cars coming across our scale every Saturday. There's no possible way for us to move those cars through any faster than we already are. So again, be patient with us on Saturdays, and if you can, come in on Monday through Friday. You'll find that will save you quite a bit of time as opposed to Saturday. Of course, I know a lot of people can't get out here. Saturdays are the only day they can make it. But for those of you that can come a different day, I think you'll find it would be well worth your while to do that. Another thing is a few times recently, we've had to turn some cars away that are coming in with mattresses. We need the mattresses to be in fair condition. They are refurbished and sent overseas. They can't go in the landfill anymore. So the company we found that will take mattresses need those to be in fair condition. If they're torn all apart, holes burned all the way through them, we can't accept those here. If it's just a little tattered, that's fine. Stained is fine. All of that's fine. It's the ones that are in really, really poor condition. We're just going to have to turn you around. We can't take them because they won't take them. Another thing is, if you're planning on bringing mattresses here, don't sit them outside and let them get rained on for a week before you get them here. We have had to turn a few people away that's coming in with just soaked mattresses. If they get wet like that and soaked all the way through, they mold and they can't be refurbished and reused. So again, we can't accept those either. So make sure you keep your mattresses dry. We don't want to have to turn anyone around. We know how hard it is to get rid of mattresses now, and we want to make sure we're doing our part to get those taken care of properly and not have those in any of our landfills. So just keep that in mind. And again, just to remind everyone, it is that time of year. People are cutting back some of their crepe myrtles and things like that. We've had several cars come in with all of the pruned limbs from the crepe myrtles that we're having to turn around. And, we really don't like having to do that, but we absolutely cannot accept that. So make sure you're taking all of those type things to an inert landfill. We have several in the county. We'd be happy to direct you to the one nearest to you. You can give us a call here, 770-267-1421, and we'll make sure we get you steered in the right direction. And like I always do, and I will every time that I do one of these, I want to invite you to come down, see what we're doing here at the center. Let us help you get started recycling. Let us make sure you're recycling all of the things that you can be recycling. Call us to ask any questions about recyclables or any other environmental questions. Call us, come out and see us, and we look forward to seeing you here.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. Our spring sports registration has completed last Friday, so if you missed that registration, contact one of our local offices at the park that you want to participate in, whether it's baseball, softball, or soccer, and they'll try to work you in. We have a few spots available in a couple age groups. Our registration went very well. Over around 2,200 kids registered, and that's right where we were at last year. So our parks are filling up fast. Actually, soccer was up a little bit from last year, so sports programs are doing real well. Our basketball season is starting to wind down, and our the regular season will end around January 23rd, and then we'll start our countywide tournament. That's usually a huge event. We have over 100 teams that are in our basketball program, so individual age groups will start participating in their end of the season tournament. They usually play by area and the parks that they're playing in, and then it culminates into a county championship game the week of January 25th. Then we'll move right into our all-star basketball program for Walton County. We play in GRPA, which is Georgia Recreation and Parks Association, District 6, and our basketball teams do real well. Unfortunately, we're in Class A, which is the largest classification in the GRPA categories. and that's a population of 15,000 youth and up, which includes DeKalb County, which has generally some very, very good basketball teams. And so we do participate well. We win a few age groups and then advance to the state championships, usually all over different places of the state, and have done real well. We win a lot of districts and try to compete in the state tournament. So that'll be the first week in February. Our baseball season, our opening day is slated for March 16th. So all of our spring sports will start around that time. And again, that's baseball, softball, soccer, and our track program. So we have a lot of kids that are getting ready to participate this spring. I also want to invite you over to our community centers. They're open. I know it's very, very cold outside, hard to get outside and walk around the outdoor trails. Every once in a while there's a nice day that you can get out, and I encourage you to do that. But if you want to get out of the cold, come in and keep that New Year's resolution to come to one of our community centers. It's very affordable. Remember, if you're 60 and over, it doesn't cost you anything to come to our community centers. You just pay for a one-time access card that'll get you in. Great place to work out. Our senior programs are doing extremely well. We have 6 classes per week. We do 2 in Monroe, 2 in Loganville, and 2 in Social Circle. So you can go on our website and see what days and times those are. And there's usually anywhere from 50 to 100 people that come and get in shape. My instructors there tell me that once a person comes in, they make it through the few first times going in and doing the class to the music they do, the chair aerobics, stand-up aerobics. After the 2-week period, you can't get them from coming. It's something that they think changes their life. And I've talked to numerous seniors that do attest to that it really provides them a new aspect of life, gets them moving again, and something that they really value in Walton County. And we have 2 good instructors that do that all over the county. So I would encourage you, if you're home and you're thinking, hey, I just can't get out and move around, come to our community centers and think about joining a class, joining the fitness center, walk around the track, watch a basketball game. It's a great way to get out and get active in Walton County. All 3 locations, one at Social Circle, one at Felker Park in Monroe, and then one in Loganville on Highway 81, which is Meridian Park. So again, thanks for joining me today, and we look for you at our community center soon. And thank you very much. Until next time.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Our member show is in. We invite you to come and see it, please. It's just a relaxing, quiet place to enjoy the art and see what we have going on here. I think we have around 55 artists in the show. Of course, they're all members. This is our members show, so they're all members, local artists, and close to 150, maybe 160 pieces in the show. And this show also has a youth category, so it's just a fun, varied show with sculptural 3D pieces, of course a lot of 2D art, paintings and all, pottery, everything in between. So I think you'll find something that you'll love here. A lot of it's for sale, and so you may find a piece that you want to purchase. The pieces do have to stay till the end of the show, but we can mark it as sold, and then when the show ends on February 19th, you can take your art home with you. The other thing about the show is with this show we have a People's Choice Award, and so when you come in, take a look around, take a slip of paper and vote. You get 1 vote, but vote on your People's Choice winner, and that will be announced at our reception, which is January 27th, that's Saturday, from 6 to 7:30. We'll have a wine and cheese reception, lots of really good food, lots of really good art and fellowship, and meet the artists that will be here. The judge for this show is Elizabeth Collins, and she will be here as well to announce the winners for the various awards that we have. So it's just a really fun, special night. So that is Saturday, January 27th. So try to come in, soon so you can get your vote in for your People's Choice winner. And the show stays up through February 19th. So do come see it. We've got, I think, some special things coming up with some writing classes. We have an ongoing writing class with Carol Townsend, and she's done 2 or 3 classes so far. She's continuing to teach about once a month or every other month. She's got a class coming up in February on January 27th, the same day as our reception. We have kind of a unique class, but people have shown a lot of interest in it. It's if you're interested in graphic novels or comic books, which combines 2 of our main interests here, writing and drawing or painting. So we have Bobby Nash teaching a class on creating your own comic book or graphic novel, and that's on January 27th. You do need to pre-register for that class and also for Carol's. If you go to our website, Monroe Walton Center for the Arts, you'll see a tab that says classes and events, and then under that there's a menu of adult classes, kids classes, and then classes for readers and writers and events. And you'll find our classes for writers under that tab. So also under that whole area we have a special events tab, and that covers kind of our monthly events we have going on here, like the Saturday soiree type events and the old time music and other events that we have here every month that are kind of special. So do visit our website. You'll kind of see everything, more than you'll ever want to know about what we do here. And that's again at monroewaltonarts.org. You can of course come in, pick up a class list at your convenience. We also have a list of our shows that are coming up for 2024. So you can post that and be ready to enter our shows or come shop our shows. But please do that. And then of course the little postcard, I think this is great just to stick to your refrigerator because it never goes out of date. You can always click this QR code with your camera. It will take you right to our website and to our classes and special events. So we have 60 to 80, sometimes close to 100 events every month going on here. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So we try to give you several different ways to access what we have going on. We have our Facebook page, Instagram. We have our website, of course. We have a newsletter that we send out. And then the website has a calendar if you like looking at things that way. We have lists, people learn in different ways. And so we try to get that information out to you in as many ways as we can. And really appreciate Paul helping us too. So come see us. We'd love to see you and have you pick up a class list and look at the show, vote on the People's Choice, and take a class. So we'll see you soon.
I'm Mandy with the Humane Society of Walton County, and we wanted to give you a peek of the animals that we have available for adoption. Our operating hours to the public are Tuesday through Friday, 12 noon to 6 o'clock p.m. We're closed on Monday to the public and open again on Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5 p.m. We're located at 1520 Highway 138, Monroe, Georgia, 30655.
And phone number?
The phone number here is 770-800-7387.
And if people want to come by and view the animals, can they come anytime from 12 to 6? Or?
Anytime. Our last adoption for the day takes place at 5:30 p.m. just to allow for proper processing and loading up.
And you have dogs and cats?
Dogs
both.
and cats. Puppies,
Okay.
Kittens, old dogs, young dogs, all dogs requiring happy home.
And basically, is there a fee for adoption?
There is. So puppies are $200 to adopt. Over 6 months is $100, with the exception of small, tiny breed dogs being $200. And our animals are adopted out with spay and neuter covered at our spay and neuter clinic, microchipping, rabies, and appropriate shots for the age of the animal.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton, your Public Information Officer here with another county update. We're going to start with the agenda summary from the Board of Commissioners meeting that was held on Tuesday, July 9th. So we started the meeting, of course, with the Pledge of Allegiance, and all commissioners were present with the exception of Bo Warren. So we had a presentation from the Sheriff's Office for the transfer of K9 Azriel, and it was approved. And just a little bit about that. Azriel is one of our officers, K9 officers, and he has a degenerative disc disease, and the vendor that we get our K9 officers from, they offered to take him back and replace him. The officers that have worked with Azriel decided that they all wanted to get together and provide a life for Azriel that he could live out as he could most comfortably. So the Board of Commissioners thought that that was a noble idea and a noble gesture. So now Azriel will be living out his life comfortably with these deputies. So he was transferred to these deputies, and we're so grateful for those deputies stepping up and taking on that responsibility. We then had a presentation of the fiscal year 2023 audit from Malden and Jenkins. And if you'd like to take a look at that presentation, you can hear the audio on the Board of Commissioners meeting that is uploaded to the Walton County website. So we then moved on to Planning Commission recommendations, and we had a denial of a rezone of 2.4 acres from A2 to B3 for truck parking and a laydown lot and outside storage. And the Board of Commissioners did take the Planning Commission recommendation of denial, and they denied that rezone. The Planning Commission recommended approval of a conditional use on 10 acres for a solid waste transfer station, and the Board of Commissioners did take the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approved the conditional use with conditions. You can see those conditions listed on the agenda summary. They then had an approval of an amendment to the Walton County Land Development Ordinance, errata sheet dated 11/01/2023. The Board of Commissioners did not take the recommendation of the the Planning Commission for erratas 1, 2, 3, and they were denied by the Board of Commissioners. Errata number 4 was approved. The administrative consent agenda was approved unanimously, and the Board of Commissioners made appointments for the year with the reappointment of Rhonda Hawk as County Clerk, the reappointment of Patrice Broughton as Assistant County Clerk, the reappointment of Atkinson and Ferguson as the County Attorney, and the reappointment of Timmy Shelnut as Vice Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. And they appointed David Keener, who is the Mayor of Social Circle, as the representative for Walton County under Northeast Georgia Aging Services Advisory Council. So we then moved on to the acceptance of bids and proposals, and the Center Hill Church Road water main was accepted from the Dickerson Group in the amount of $5,133,200. County Manager John Ward gave an update, and it was announced that the Humane Society would be having their ribbon cutting on Friday, January 12th. There wasn't an executive session held for that meeting, so the meeting was adjourned. I do want to take some time out to go over some of the accomplishments that the Board of Commissioners had in the year of 2023. There's always stuff to be done, and we're always, working to make our services better for the citizens of Walton County. So these are just a few things that we wanted to highlight in the year 2023. So the revenues that came in for 2023, and these are unaudited numbers, was $78,421,525. The expenditures equaled $64,295,642. And we had a general fund increase of approximately $14 million. So the general fund balance now sits at $63,768,000 approximately. Again, those are all unaudited figures. If you would like to hear about the audit again, the firm Malden and Jenkins did give that presentation at the January 9th board meeting. So we did have a few projects in infrastructure in 2023 with the Walton County Fire Rescue Station 7. We did have the groundbreaking for that facility. And if you all will remember, Fire Rescue Station 7 caught fire in April of 2022 due to the engine catching fire in the apparatus bay, and the building was a total loss. So construction is ongoing and will be completed soon for Fire Station number 7. The Walton County Extension Office had their ribbon cutting in March of 2023. The office is located out at Criswell Road. So those of you that were familiar with visiting the Extension Office in downtown Monroe, you can now have all of your needs met by going to the office on Criswell. It is a very nice office. We're excited for Joel and his team out there and all of the things that they continue to do for the citizens of Walton County. The Walton County Senior Citizens Council and Social Circle had their ribbon cutting for their building on April 13th of 2023. And again, any seniors that want to participate in their services, you're more than welcome to go to that building, and it's located across the street from the South Walton Community Center on Fairplay Road. Planning and Development moved their office to the Courthouse Annex 1, that's on Court Street, and the ribbon cutting was held for their building on June 9th of 2023. So they're fully operational and loving the space over there. So if you have any needs for the Planning and Development Department, you can come visit us across the street from the historic courthouse on Court Street. We also had the groundbreaking of the Public Safety Complex, and that was held on June 16th. And the Board of Commissioners did rename the Public Safety Complex to the Joe Chapman Franklin Thornton Public Safety Complex. So the Walton County Employee Health Clinic held its ribbon cutting on June 29th, and the clinic provides medical services including wellness visits and lab work to all employees on the Walton County Health Insurance Plan as well as their dependents. That's also located on Court Street. So we had a few renovations out at Criswell and the Ag Center. So they were able to add 4 new pickleball courts, and they also upgraded the kitchen to a commercial kitchen for events, and They also enclosed the arena space. So if you haven't been out there to take a look at the renovations for the Ag Center, and if you have any use for that, just go and take a look out there. It's really nice, and we're excited that they may be adding more indoor pickleball courts out there soon. So those are some of the highlights that we had for 2023. Again, we are doing so much to improve the lives of our citizens. I could sit here in front of you and go on and on about all of the great work that all of the departments are doing and all of the collaboration that's going on in Walton County, but that would take forever. So I do appreciate you just listening to me about all of the things that we do have going on. And as always, if you have any questions, concerns, you can give us a call here. And our number is 770-267-1301. And again, for any other information, you can take a look at the Walton County website at waltoncountyga.gov. And as always, we hope that you're all staying safe and that you have had a happy new year.
So today you guys get to come to church and see me play with about 180 pounds of ice. For some of you that I don't know personally, my name is Glenn Hughes. I am the proud son-in-law of Lynn and Buddy Goins, grandson of Bob and Dixie Franklin, who were members here some years ago, and proud son of Teresa and Buzzy Hughes of this area. My family's been going to this church for 10 years, a little bit over 10 years now. I found that out recently when I had to get Pastor Todd to fill out some paperwork for me. It was a shock that it's been that long because it still feels so new being at the church with a great family. So today, not only am I going to carve ice, but I'm going to tell you kind of a story of the evolution of my new path in faith. For some of you that don't know, I have recently started going to seminary at New Orleans Baptist. I was called last year to move away from my career in ICE to moving into seminary and possibly one day being an associate pastor. So I have a little less responsibility than the main pastor, but still able to lead and shape a congregation. So today, just so my back wasn't broke, I didn't bring a 300-pound block of ice. I brought a 150-pound block of ice. So I did this intentionally. This block of ice is not completely clear. It has some imperfections, kind of like us as Christians. I brought this on purpose. Normally what I sell is crystal clear. There's no imperfections, but what would Christianity be without imperfections? That's what my life has been. From an early age, I chose Christianity not by my parents, but kind of for my own purposes. I went to church about 2 miles from my house and decided I wanted to go to a church that wasn't the church my parents went to, so I could learn to be a Christian on my own. That was my first step in Christianity, was accepting Christ at 12. I accepted Christ at the age of 6, but not knowing what truly accepting Christ was. I still had imperfections. I still had doubts. When I was 12 to 13 years old and joined Alcovey Mountain Baptist in Jersey, Georgia, I decided that Christ was the way for me to make my life better. So just like my journey, it has to have a starting point. So my sculpture will have a starting point, and that's going to be the design. That design is the plan that God laid out for me from the day of conception. May not look like much, but at this point, it is just simply marked. My journey started in culinary school back in 2001. I met a girl in high school who told me she wouldn't marry me unless I went to college. Her parents agreed. We are still married, so apparently I went to college. My first hat I ever wore, chef's hat. I learned quickly what I needed to do to prepare myself for the real world, and that was find something I was passionate about. Well, for this journey, I'm going to simply take a couple tools, make a few cuts, and we'll continue our journey a little bit at a time. All right, so all the tools I'm using, yes, they are regular tools. They're not waterproof. I have never been electrocuted. This is really ice, so yes, it melts. These are questions I get asked daily. So I just figured I'd give you guys a couple quick answers, so maybe to avoid some awkward questions later. So can anybody tell what I'm going to carve? Maybe not a mountain. I'm going for a humpback whale. We'll see if I can pull it off. Not really a humpback whale, but we'll see how it evolves. I'm trying not to make too much of a mess because apparently I have to clean it up. I don't understand why. All right, so for the first thing we do is take away something. By the way, if you're in the front row, you are in the splash zone. I don't make any promises, but I do promise to try to get people in the back row too. No, that would probably be the only snowball I throw. Maybe. This, I truly feel, is my calling. So, as a Christian, I am rough. This is my roughness. One of the things that we're allowed to do is grow in Christ. So, I'm going to bring out something that is not so rough. Something that I got to take a lot of time on and has been patiently waiting. And this does weigh an additional 150 pounds, so I didn't cheat you guys with the weight. So, can anybody tell what it is? No? There we go. She said it in the front row. Jesus. This is who we can glorify. Through our faiths, things may not be clear at all times. But God has given us the chance and the tools to find Him. Those tools are our Bible, prayer. For me, quite a few more classes, and a great mentor, and the Rev. But sometimes all it takes is a little heat or pressure for things to become more into a better view. So here we have an iconic symbol.
We also have entertainment. That day, a young lady will be singing love songs I requested from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Are here to hear us. We're so glad that you came. We're going to start with the highlights from The Wizard of Oz. So welcome to a fall festival concert.
Thank you. Now I have nothing to say.
John was going to do that, and I'm like...
Yeah, thanks for being here, and we've got some treats. We've got some tricks for you because it's almost Halloween. We are a community band, so if anybody out there does play an instrument and you'd like to join us, just talk to one of our members afterwards. We practice right here at the church, right there, every Monday night. Well, almost every Monday night. We are under the direction of Joyce King, who you just heard from. So Joyce, thank you very much. We all appreciate her. Let's give her a round of applause for putting up with us, too. Yes, we're now going to journey to the land of Oz. This movie came out in 1939. We think of Judy Garland, or at least I do every time I hear these songs. So these are highlights from The Wizard of Oz. So here's a few more treats for you as we celebrate the music of the legendary composer, pianist, and one of the best band leaders of the 1900s, Duke Ellington. He started performing with his orchestra in 1923 and was one of the most famous musical composers of his generation. Get ready to hop aboard the A train as we perform Duke Ellington in concert.
Hey, I'm Isaac over at Reboot. Just wanted to give you a little tech tip today. I wanted to talk about cybersecurity and hacking and stuff like that, data loss, just all that stuff that people are scared about. There's not too much to really be scared about. Typically, your general person is not going to get hacked. Usually the way it works is, some government entity will be hacked or some large company will be hacked. Somebody that may have your information, and that can be a problem, obviously. If some company gets hacked that has your social security number or credit card numbers or something like that, that can be a problem. But generally, your regular person, your regular business, even medium-sized businesses, typically are not the ones that are going to get hacked. Government places will get hacked, large-scale businesses will get hacked, stuff like that. And I tell people, look, if you're on the internet, somebody can get to you. You can be hacked. That's just how it is today. If a hacker wants to spend enough time messing with you, eventually they're going to get in. That's the bottom line. So anybody, that's selling you, cybersecurity and will tell you up front, hey, you'll never get hacked and all that stuff, that's a lie. The smartest thing to do, if you own a company or if you have data, that you want to make sure nobody can get to or whatever, is you need to have some backups. The smartest thing is get you like an external drive that you can back up, that's on your computer. and unplug that thing every day. You know, just plug it in when you do your backup and then unplug it when it's done. That's a smart thing. Have you some sort of cloud backup, you know, like Carbonite or iBackup, or, you know, there's 100 of them out there, or 1,000 of them out there. That's another smart thing to do. So if you do get hacked by some chance, you know, you'll have that data also. Because companies, I mean, we hear about it all the time. Cybersecurity companies get hacked. I mean, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen or not. It's if a hacker finds interest in you, they're going to get in. And that's really the bottom line. So it's always smart to have your data safe. One other thing too that I'll touch on that, you know, these companies, they'll sell like ID insurance. Like I use one called ID Shield. Again, there's 100 of them out there. I like that because your identity can be stolen easily these days because of some hacker or something like that. Credit card info, social security number, filing false tax returns under your identity, stuff like that. So I highly recommend doing one of those. You know, again, I use one called ID Shield. It's like 20 bucks a month or 40 bucks a month for my whole family. We had one of my kids had a false tax return filed on them, I think in California one time, and that's kind of why I got started on it. But if anything happens now with my identity or any of my kids' identity, they take care of it. Like I don't have to worry about it. They pay for stuff, all that, you know, for like 40 bucks a month. So if you want to keep yourself safe, I think that's a good way to do it. And then always back up your data and be smart about what you do online, where you go online. If you're doing online banking, make sure you have complicated passwords. Make sure you change those passwords. You know, just be smart about your stuff. Don't get on public Wi-Fi is another big one. That's it for today. Isaac giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
My name's Eddie Metcalf. I enjoy working in my yard. And, you know, I can't do that anymore because I'm missing most of my lung. They did a CAT scan of my kidneys. No more kidney stones, that's the good news, but we found a spot on your lung. That frankly scared the hell out of me. I hadn't smoked in 22 years. How could this happen to me? He said, well, you know about radon gas. Well, you know, I heard about it. He said, well, the second leading cause of cancer in America is radon. 22,000 people a year die from this. I literally left the doctor's office, got a test kit, put it in the house, and our result was 39.8. The upper limit is 4. We got to get this fixed. That was on a Monday, and on Wednesday, our mitigation system was up and running. Well, I think everybody should have their house tested. We'd never known we'd still be living there. I could get another tumor from it, but right now it's changing my life.